It is the second day of the Master Senior Worlds, and I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm so tired. There was so much good jiu-jitsu going on. I was standing up all day long coaching, and then just walking around. Plus I maybe had a beer or two after everything was over. Also cool, guys, it was really cool to meet a bunch of you guys. A bunch of you come up and said hey, and it was really nice to meet you, so thank you guys for doing that. What I wanted to do in this video is I wanted to include 2 matches. So one of the matches was from a win that I had this weekend against an opponent, and I also included in this same video a loss that I had against the same opponent back in April at the Atlanta Pro. And the reason I wanted to include both of those matches is because a lot of times what hinders people from getting out and competing is the fear of losing. I've talked to so many guys, and sometimes like the fear of losing, they won't come out and say, well, I'm afraid of losing. It kind of takes other forms, like you make excuses, like maybe I wasn't able to train as hard as I would have liked, or maybe I had like a small injury or something like that. There's different excuses that people make, but ultimately it boils down to a lot of times it's just people are afraid of losing. And it's like, look at this, man, like not everybody wins. Like losing is not a question of if, it's a question of when. And you're superheroes in jiu-jitsu, right? The best guys, they've all lost. It's just how it is, right? Like you can't go through jiu-jitsu without losing at some point. So many people don't take the chance to compete, not because they don't want to, but because they're afraid of losing. They're afraid of what's going to happen. They're afraid. That's all it is. It's fear. You don't want to look back years later and say, man, what if I would have done this? Or I wonder how I could have done in this thing, right? Like shoulda, coulda, woulda. You don't want to have that stuff. At the end of it, you want to say, man, I went out there and did my best and this happened, right? I did want to include both these matches because I know some of you guys watch this channel, and I wanted just to include it because, the opponent that I had, it's a great dude, super nice guy, and, it's kind of weird. I didn't want to post just the win of me, because I also wanted to post like the win of him, because it's like, look, man, that guy beat me in April and I beat him this time, and if we go against each other, who knows what could happen. Just how it is, right? Jiu-jitsu, you might go back and forth with some guys, but the most important thing is that you get out there and you do it. You get out there and compete, and you test yourself, and you build a lot of cool friendships and stuff through this. But again, enjoy the matches, guys, but please, the takeaway from this is do not let fear control you. If you want to compete, get out there and do it, and don't worry about losing. Again, losing happens sometimes, but if you're afraid of it, if you let it control you, it's gonna affect your performance negatively, but 2, it's probably gonna keep you from getting out there and competing because you're gonna be too nervous and afraid to do it, and that's not the way that you want to go about this stuff. So, guys, again, it was really cool meeting some of you guys, and that's it.
obstacles. I've fallen so many times. It forged character though, and growth in my rhymes. Now when I fall, I'm older. Get up, smile, brush the dirt up on my shoulders. I used to do things the hard way. Today, I pray and listen to what God say. The path for my life is laid out for me. You could rest in peace, wreck, we carrying the torch, homie. To all the people that got love for me, I push on and try to write our stories. These are the days for a constant building. Construct futures for all of our children. Make cash, make it last. You know how fast them days will pass in a flash. The sands in the hourglass slip through your fingers cause you never got a grasp. Get a grip, get it straight, or else you let it slip and you never elevate right now. There's no time to waste. Put your best foot forward and try to keep pace. Push on. All my people, you got to push on. On and on and on and on. I built my foundation on the rock, so when the winds of change come, I won't fall off. You see my outstretched hand. Success means nothing to me unless I share with my fam. To my peeps abroad and stateside, let's make strides, make papes and change lives, create fly tracks to change the tide. So maybe someday true art will survive. I am here to pioneer a brand new pathway. Introduce you to God in these last days. Everybody's attitude is so cumbersome. Run their whole life, never knowing what they running from. So stop for a second, take a look, and listen to the wisdom that is written in the book. Get a grip, get it straight, or else you let it slip and you never elevate right now. There's no time to waste. Put your best foot forward and try to keep pace. Push on. All my people